This week marks 5 years since the BP oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. 130 million gallons of crude spilled into the ocean, devastating marine life and coastal communities. Today, there is still oil in the water, and it continues to take a huge toll on the wildlife. As Jackson Prosco reports, only now are we beginning to understand the spill's profound environmental and economic effects.
On the surface, the Gulf looks clean again. The water seems to be teeming with life.
If you didn't know there was a spill and you went out there today, you'd never know there was ever a problem.
But look closer, and there are still signs of the Deepwater Horizon disaster and the impact of millions of gallons of oil and chemical dispersants. Tar balls continue to wash ashore, churned up by the waves.
Just think when we get a hurricane, we'll have I don't know how many of those on
And study after study shows lingering problems for wildlife. The number of sea turtle nests has plummeted. Dolphin deaths have more than tripled.
We've seen 2 animals today, both of which we expected to have a calf with them, and we haven't seen a calf, and so those are reproductive failures.
In some cases, the connection to the BP oil spill is obvious. In others, it's harder to prove a direct link. BP has said colder than normal water, viruses and toxins may be having an impact on wildlife.
Is the Gulf entirely back? We have never said so, but we believe the Gulf has made a strong recovery.
Just how strong is a matter of intense debate. Some tourism has rebounded, but fishermen are struggling. They blame BP and say oyster production is just a fraction of what it was before the spill.
There's nothing out there to really fish. Oysters were the main staple here. And without the oysters, that's our bread and butter, we can't stay open.
For all the oil that washed ashore, an estimated 10 million gallons remain on the sea floor. Researchers are lowering instruments into the water, trying to understand the long-term impact.
These kinds of experiments will tell us how long oil will remain in the environment.
Under U.S. law, BP will have to pay to restore the damage to natural resources damaged by the spill. A scientific assessment of that is still ongoing. Half a decade later, the Gulf is still tallying up the damage.
In the back of your mind, is it safe with all the dispersant that was put in the water? If it's safe for the kids to even be in there.
The final toll from the worst accidental oil spill in history won't be known for years to come. Jackson Prosco, Global News, Washington.